So for my body, I have to say, hello Sunday. So everything about sunscreens is in this video right here. Chapter 1, the filter landscape. What's actually in your sunscreen? First, let's clear up what types of sunscreen filters we're talking about. There are two main types of sunscreen filters. We have the mineral filters, such as zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, mostly sit on top of your skin. Chemical filters or organic UV filters are absorbed into the upper layers of your skin to do their job. When it comes to mineral filters, zinc oxide is the better choice. It protects against almost the entire UV spectrum, including both UVB and all of the UVA. Titanium dioxide does a good job with the UVB and shortwave UVA, but it's not as strong for longwave UVA. That's why it's best to look for zinc oxide on the label, not just titanium dioxide. Let's go through the US filter landscape a little bit closer. In the USA, the main chemical filters listed on labels are oxybenzone, avobenzone, octinoxate, octisalate, and octicrylene, and homosalate. None of these covers the full UV spectrum like zinc oxide. So US chemical sunscreens combine several filters together. Avobenzone is the main UV filter in most US chemical sunscreens. It's important to know that it is not stable on its own, which means it breaks down in UV light unless combined with a stabilizer. But in Europe, they have a wider and more advanced filter portfolio. The EU Cosmetics Regulation approves a much wider variety of UV filters, many of which have been used for more than 20 years. Here are the key filters available in Europe, but actually, the first one I'm mentioning is the Tinosorb S. This has just been approved by the FDA. So, let's hope we'll get a sunscreen soon with that chemical filter. In the English, it's mostly named as bis-ethylhexyloxyphenol methoxyphenyl triazine. It's widely considered the gold standard among newer chemical filters. It covers the full UV spectrum, is highly photostable, and helps stabilize avobenzone when used together. If you see this on a European or Korean sunscreen, it is a sign of quality, in my opinion. Tinosorb M. And let me try this one. Methylene bis-benzotriazolyl tetramethylbutylphenol. It's a hybrid filter that acts partly like an organic and partly like an inorganic filter. It offers broad-spectrum protection and excellent photostability, and it's common in European and Korean sunscreens. Mexoryl SX and Mexoryl XL are proprietary L'Oreal filters. In the English, they are named terephthalylidene, D-camphor sulfonic acid, and drometrizol trisiloxane. Mexoryl SX is especially strong in the UV1 range. So these filters are used in the European and Canadian versions of La Roche-Posay and Lancôme products, which is why the European version of a La Roche-Posay sunscreen has a different active ingredient list than the US version. Uvinul A Plus, in English, diethylamino hydroxybenzoyl hexylbenzonate, is a highly photostable UVA filter that is being used more often in both European and Korean sunscreen. Japanese and Korean sunscreens often use many of the same UV filters that are approved for use in the European Union, such as Tinosorb S, which we'll get in the US pretty soon, Tinosorb M, Mexoryl SX, Mexoryl XL, and Uvinul A Plus. According to the EU Cosmetics Regulations, these substances are permitted as UV filters in cosmetic products sold within the EU. So if you are shopping for Korean or Japanese sunscreens, you'll find a selection just as broad as in Europe. Japan also introduced the PA rating system, which goes from PA Plus up to PA 4+. PA 4+ means very high UVA protection. And this system is now a common quality marker in Asian markets and is showing up more in Europe and the UK as well. When it comes to Australia and New Zealand, a regulatory gold standard. Australia and New Zealand are important players in the global sunscreen market. In Australia, sunscreens are regulated as therapeutic goods by the Therapeutic Goods Administration, not as cosmetics. Because of this, Australian SPF testing and labeling standards are some of the strictest in the world. The highest SPF label you'll see is 50+, similar to Europe, since labeling SPF 100 can give a false sense of security without real benefit. According to the Therapeutic Goods Administration, Australia uses the Australian Sunscreen Exposure Model to assess and approve new sunscreen ingredients. This regulatory approach supports Australia's reputation for strong UV protection awareness and a well-developed sunscreen industry. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, your regulations are among the best. So now over to the filter comparison table. So here's the table I mentioned. It's a summary of the key filters, what they protect against, and where they are approved. And the main takeaway from this is that if you can buy European, Korean, Japanese, or Australian sunscreens, you'll have access to a wider range of filters than in the US. If you stick to US products, check for zinc oxide as the main mineral filter, or look for formulas that combine several chemical filters for broad spectrum protection. Chapter 2. Are chemical filters safe? There is actually one filter I genuinely think about differently. I will tell you which one and explain why. Let us start with where this concern came from. In 2019 and 2020, the FDA published 2 pilot studies, known as the meta studies, which are the main source of concern about chemical sunscreen safety. These were small, carefully designed studies where healthy volunteers applied sunscreen to large areas of their bodies 4 times a day for 4 days, simulating maximum use conditions. Blood samples were taken throughout. What they found, all 4 chemical filters tested, avobenzone, oxybenzone, octocrylene, and ecamciol, were detected in blood at concentration above the FDA's threshold of 0.5 nanograms per milliliters. And here is a critical detail that was missed in almost all media coverage. The FDA threshold is not a safety threshold. It is the level of which the FDA requires additional safety data before a filter can be designated as generally recognized as safe and effective. The studies found absorption. They did not find harm. The FDA responded by saying more data is needed. This is a regulatory process, not a sign of danger. At the same time, they emphasized that the known benefits of sunscreen use far outweigh any possible risk from absorption while more data is collected. Absorption doesn't mean something is harmful. That difference is very important. So let's reveal it. The filter I think about differently is, drumroll, oxybenzone. Oxybenzone has been found in breast milk, urine, and amniotic fluid. In lab studies, it shows weak estrogen-like activity, meaning it acts a little like estrogen. But the amounts that cause these effects in the lab are much higher than what's found in people from normal sunscreen use. Thousands of times higher than real-world exposure. Using extreme lab results to warn about daily use isn't good science, but it happens a lot. But children have a higher skin surface area compared to their body weight, which means they absorb more per kilogram. Their endocrine system are still developing, which is a time when hormone-related exposures can have the most impact. Fortunately, there are excellent alternatives available, so this is not a reason to avoid sunscreen for children. The risk of skin cancer from UV exposure starts in childhood, and that is really important. Mineral filters like zinc oxide and titanium dioxide have well-established safety records and are the simplest choice for children and for pregnant women who want to be careful. For adults using sunscreens containing oxybenzone at normal levels, current evidence does not warrant alarm. And also, what I found in the sunscreen I've been looking at is that oxybenzone hardly found in anyone anymore, and that's a good thing. Now let's take a look at coral reefs briefly. Oxybenzone and octinoxate have been shown to cause bleaching and developmental problems in coral reef organisms. Hawaii and Palau have banned them for this reason. If protecting reefs is important to you, check the INCI list for these 2 ingredients, since the Reef Safe logo on packaging does not have a standard definition. The bottom line, chemical sunscreens do get absorbed into the body, that's clear. But there's no evidence that this absorption causes harm at the amounts people actually use it. The risks of not using enough sun protection, like skin cancer and faster skin aging, are absolutely real and proven. The most important thing is to wear sunscreen. Picking the right filter is important, but it becomes second. Mineral versus chemical for mature skin. So what to choose, mineral or chemical? This debate gets heated online. But like most debates, both sides have some good points and also miss some details. Chemical filters, especially oxybenzone and octocrylene, are more likely to cause allergic reactions than mineral filters. Zinc oxide is anti-inflammatory and usually works well for sensitive skin. If your skin is reactive or prone to rosacea, mineral sunscreens are a good choice. Head to head. Zinc oxide gives more stable and broader UVA coverage than older US chemical filters. With newer European or Asian filters like Tinosorb S, which is coming, the difference is smaller, which is why people in those regions have more options. Mineral filters are more photostable. Zinc oxide doesn't break down in sunlight, while avobenzone does unless it's stabilized. Chemical filters usually feel better under makeup for the hybrid option. Some of the best sunscreens for mature skin combine zinc oxide with 1 or 2 chemical filters. This gives you stable UVA protection, a lighter texture, and means you need less of each filter. Many top Korean and European formulas use this approach. For example, Tinosorb S with zinc oxide is a great combination. The verdict for mature skin, zinc oxide-based or hybrid sunscreens are the best first choice for mature skin. They offer stable UVA protection, they are better for weaker skin barriers, and have a lower risk of causing allergies. Chapter 4, my recommendations. So now, let me show you a few sunscreens I can recommend and how they are working on my dry and mature skin. Okay, so let's start up with testing some of my skincare products. I have quite a few, actually. So let's get started. My idea today is to try them on so you can see all of them on my skin, because it's a huge difference, actually. So just follow along and we'll see how it ends. Only thing I've done today with my skin is to cleanse it, and I use the Haro Haro Wonder black rice or the essence, and put on some eye makeup. What better way to start this whole thing than with a lip balm? And this is from Bondi Sands. It's an Australian brand, and this is lip balm with SPF 50+. It's a wild strawberry. The only thing I don't like is the opening. You really have to push to get something out. So it's kind of thick. It's so easy and so light on your lips. And it smells like strawberry. Yeah, and it tastes like strawberry. And it's so important to also protect your lips. So this is always with me. I really like this one. From Bondi Sands. Then let's start up with a sample I received. I want to include it because it feels so great on the skin, but it's really expensive, I have to admit. So it's from Clé de Peau. I really like them, actually, I do. So this is an SPF 50+, PA++++. So this is for the European and Asian market, I guess. This is really like a daily moisturizer, and it just feels so exclusive on the skin. And as you can see, it just melts into your skin. It's kind of blurring out my wrinkles even. I really like this. It feels exclusive, it is exclusive, and it is expensive. When I first tried it, I was like, oh my goodness, I need this. If you can afford it, if you want that extra feeling like that, oh wow, this is something special for your mature skin especially. Yeah, go for it. So what I will do between each and every step, I will clean up again with this from Neutrogena, the makeup remover towelette, and so I can start up with a fresh face. Next one out is this one from Dr. Circle. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's a Korean brand. It's a Hyal Reyouth Moist Sun, SPF 50, PA++++. So what I really like about this is how light it is on your skin and the great protection, of course. I think all the Korean brands have really, really great protection. And also, what I don't like is the perfume. If you have a really sensitive skin, this might not be for you because the fragrance is quite strong. So let's try it on. But it's so delicious on. Today it's okay on my skin. But I have just finished 4 days of building up my skin barrier again. But I can still feel a little bit of tingling around my nose. But it's so beautiful. And I've tried this, even exercising, being out walking with my dog. It just stays and stays, and it's so nice on. So to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the perfume in this would have been one of my absolutely top ones. So let's do CeraVe next. This is the Invisible Hydrating Food Sunscreen for normal to dry skin, SPF 50, and this is PA++++. So this is made in France, CeraVe. I'm doing one finger for my face. And this one also glides really nicely on, no white cast, and it feels so nice on. And as you can see, it gives a nice shine to the face. But if you are just considering how it feels on the skin it feels close to the clé de peau. So yeah, I like this one also. And it's unscented. So CeraVe did a good job on this one. I really like this. And now maybe over to one of the biggest competitors for CeraVe, La Roche-Posay. This one. This is the Anthelios UV-Mune 400 Plus, 50 plus SPF and PA++++. This is also a French company. It's made in France. I have to say I bought this one in Europe. So it might be the European formula. You have to shake this one well before using it. And it's more of a runny formula, so it's kind of hard to put on your finger. But something like this. And again, it really applies nicely on the skin. No tackiness. It's a slight sunscreen scent to this one, but not too bad. But I would still say, because I can feel it on my skin. So if you have really, really sensitive skin, maybe not go for this one. Otherwise, it feels really good. And this one is also fighting dark spots. And it is also protection for ultra long UVA and also high energy visible light. So that's really a bonus with this one. Okay, let's continue with the Medicaid Advanced Day Ultimate Protect Age-Defying Moisturizer with Photolyase. This is important. SPF 50 PA++++. It can help prepare your DNA damage from UV exposure. So that's the one. We'll do like this. Anyway. It's more like a rich moisturizer, but it's not really tacky. And I've used this a lot. And what is also a bonus is the Photolyase. So this one is high up on the list for me because of the Photolyase. And also, Medicaid is excellent with their formulas. And it feels good on the skin. So which one should we do next? So let's go for this one. Another Korean brand. And this is from Chocobo. This is Hyaluronic acid, Vigna radiata's seed extract, bio-watery sun cream, SPF 50 and PA++++, high protection. As you can see, really light formulation. This has a slight scent to it, not something that is bothering me, but it's a slight scent of flowers, or maybe like a nursery, a plant nursery. As you can see, again, really light. And this one has absolutely no tack to it, like nothing. It's so nice. And I have to say, this has been my favorite for years now. I really like it. So we'll see if it still is up there and if it has any competitors on the top. We'll see. Now, next one will be from Supergoop. So this is the Supergoop Glow Screen. This one. And this is an interesting one. It's really glowy, and so it delivers on the glow screen. It's really glowy. It's SPF 30 and high protection. Hydrating, glowing sunscreen primer. I tried it outside without makeup, just on the skin like that. And I don't know, maybe it's too glowy, but it's beautiful. I like it. Leave your comments down below. I think it's really beautiful, but can you actually wear it just like this? Or is it mainly for primer underneath your makeup? What do you think? I'm just going to keep this on because the next one is a spray from Garnier. It's the Super UV Over Makeup Mist. Very high protection, SPF 50 plus, enriched with vitamin E, hyaluronic acid, invisible finish, protects and sets makeup. So this would be great for the 2-hour fill up. So just shake it. So then just close your eyes and mouth. Actually says this is not enough by itself. So you still need your SPF under, and then you can use this during the day. It does smell like a sunscreen, if you know what I mean, but it's not too bad. Not too bad, actually. I think this could be a good idea to freshen up during the day, and especially if you have makeup on. That was actually all of the sunscreens that is specially designed for the face. And now I have 2 for the body, and that is the Nivea Sun and the Hello Sunday. And I have to say, the Nivea Sun is really good. Just look at this. You can see it. It's so easy to get into the skin, like that. And it's already in. It has a slight scent, but not much. Not anything that would bother me, actually. It's nice. So this was the Nivea Sun Protect and Moisture. Protects healthy skin from inside and outside. SPF 30. UVA and UVB high protection, immediate UVA and UVB protection, 48-hour moisture, and it's water resistant. And it's also ocean respect. It does not contain octocrylene, oxybenzone, and octinoxate. Good alternative for your body. And then the other one is Hello Sunday, the one for your body. SPF 30 body lotion, high protection sun care, sensitive skin, water resistant, UVB plus UVA. And this is made in Spain. So let's try this on this side. I have really dry skin, so of course it's just going to in. But this also so nice. It's a slight scent. It's really delicious scent. I don't know what to call it actually before, but it's so pleasant. Oh, I have to say, Nivea smells more like a sunscreen, but this one from Hello Sunday, it just smells so fresh, like just like flowers maybe. So for my body, I have to say Hello Sunday. That's my favorite. So how do I rank the sunscreens for my face? Let's do it from number 10 and go up to number 1. So I would say, of course, this one would be in the last place. But that is because what it is. This is just for over the makeup, fresh up of your sunscreen. But it's important. Then I would go for La Roche-Posay, just because my skin reacts a little bit to it. And I have to say, you guys, these are excellent sunscreen, all of them. And some of you will love this one. Some of you think it's really a little bit irritating like me. And that's how it is. Next, I would say, this is so close, you guys. This Supergoop Glow Screen, because it's so glowy. I don't know how much I would use it. And then I would say the CeraVe, even if it's really good. You know, as I said, all of them are really good. So it's kind of hard to say exactly which one. And then I would go for, and this is a hard one for me because I really, really like this one. But for my skin, this one irritates my face too much. But if you can tolerate the fragrance, the formula is excellent. And then also high up there is Clé de Peau, but I would say it's not the most advanced formula, even if it feels extremely nice on the skin. And it's really expensive. So that's why it's not all the way on the top. We have to also remember the 2 different sunscreen from Eastern, the Eastern Aerifotona. And then we have 2 left, the Medicate and Tocobo. This one has always been my top, and I've used it for years, Tocobo. And I really like it. But then you have the Medicate. So which one do I like the best? For my skin, I have to say that Tocobo is still the best. Medicate, I've been using this a lot also now because of the photoliase, so I would say it's a tie. Both are in the first place. Tocobo and Medicate. Woo! Chapter 4. Your morning routine. Step 1. Skincare first. Sunscreen should be the last step in your skincare routine. After serum, eye cream and moisturizer, but before makeup. Many skincare ingredients need direct contact with your skin to work. If you put sunscreen on first and then moisturizer, you'll dilute both and weaken the sunscreen's protection. Wait about a minute after applying your moisturizer before you put on your sunscreen. This isn't because sunscreen needs to soak in, but because applying it over a wet or sticky layer can lead to uneven coverage. Step 2. The dose. This is where the most people go wrong. For your face and neck, use about half a teaspoon of sunscreen, or 2 finger lengths from the tube. It might seem like a lot, but that's the amount tested to work. If your sunscreen disappears in 30 seconds, you're probably not using enough. Step 3. The areas most commonly missed. Don't forget your eyelids. I think I did. Also cover your ears, the back of your neck, your hairline, and the edges of your lips. These areas are often missed. It's a good idea to use a mineral or hybrid SPF around your eyes, since chemical filters, especially octocrylene and avobenzone, are more likely to move into your eyes and cause irritation. I'm buying all my sunscreens from Europe or Korea. They have the best sunscreens. That's how it is, in my opinion. Step 4. Foundation over sunscreen. The SPF in your foundation is a nice bonus if it's there, but it should not be your main protection. No, no, no. Apply your foundation as usual. If you use a tinted mineral sunscreen, you might need less foundation. Wait 1 to 2 minutes between sunscreen and foundation, especially with chemical sunscreens, to help prevent pilling. Under my makeup today, I'm wearing the glow screen from Supergoop, and it has been no problems with pilling so far. Chapter 5. Reapplication. The question everyone has. There's one reapplication method people overlook, and it is probably the most practical for daily use. I will cover it last. You should reapply sunscreen every 2 hours when you're exposed to the UV. If you're indoors, behind glass, and it's cloudy, it's less urgent. But if you're spending time outside, reapplying is extremely important. The challenge for anyone wearing makeup is obvious. So what actually works? Option 1. SPF setting powder. SPF setting powders, pressed or loose, are the most makeup compatible reapplication option. Products like Color Science, Sunforgettable, the Supergoop setting powder, and several K-Beauty pressed powders deliver zinc oxide or chemical filters in a powder base that sits over makeup without disturbing it. The key is to use enough product. To get real SPF protection from a powder, you need about 7 passes across your face with a standard brush, not just 1 or 2 sweeps. According to the FDA, while SPF is a measure of how much UV protection a sunscreen provides, using SPF powders generally and regularly may help with daily reapplication. Option 2. SPF setting spray or facial mist. This is the one I showed you earlier from Garnier. So this is a super UV over makeup mist. You can spray SPF mists over makeup without messing it up. You should hold the bottle about 15 to 20 centimeters from your face and spray slowly in a cross-hatch pattern for even coverage. SPF mists are a good option for touch-ups. Option 3. SPF cushion compacts, which are especially popular in Korean beauty, deliver liquid sunscreen with a sponge applicator. You pat them on your makeup instead of rubbing, so your makeup stays in place. Many Korean cushion compacts are SPF 50+ and PA 4+ and include skincare ingredients. They let you reapply SPF and touch up your coverage at the same time. Option 4, the method most people overlook: blotting first, then applying liquid sunscreen, then touching up makeup on top. I know this might sound impractical, but on days when you're outside a lot, like at the beach, outdoor events, or during long activities, this is the only way to get a full, properly dosed reapplication. Blot away extra oil and makeup with tissue or blotting paper. Apply half a teaspoon of liquid sunscreen. Let it set for a minute. Then touch up your foundation or powder. A quick touch-up with cream concealer or a tinted powder can help restore coverage and blend any areas where your makeup has moved. Chapter 6. Everything in 5 sentences. Before we wrap up, here's the whole series summed up in 5 sentences. 1. Makeup SPF is real, but not sufficient. It works as a bonus layer over a dedicated sunscreen, not as a replacement. 2. Chemical sunscreen filters absorb into the body, but the evidence for harm at real-world doses is not there. Make informed choices, especially for children and during pregnancy. 3. For mature skin, zinc oxide-based or hybrid mineral chemical formulations offer the best combination of UVA coverage, photostability, and skin comfortability. But the sunscreen you wear every day beats the theoretically better one you do not. 4. The dose matters as much as the product. Half a teaspoon for face and neck, covering eyelids, ears, and hairline. 5. Reapply every 2 hours outdoors. SPF powder, SPF mist, cushion, compact, or blot and reapply liquid. Pick whichever you will actually do. SPF is the most evidence-backed step in skincare, and it is served more than a quick 2-minute explanation. If this helped you build a smarter sun protection routine, please share it. If you want to learn more about the science of skin aging, subscribe so you don't miss out. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Your skin will notice. So, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.